All right, so our last portion of the program before lunch here is the Best of 2016 award. So this is the 14th year that we've given out these awards, and they basically seek to recognize and reward the beverage industry's most innovative products, exemplary companies, and impactful people at the end of each calendar year. This year we've changed up the format a little bit. Much the same way that brands evolve, so do industries. And when they do, so must the industry awards that govern them. In the case of our industry, traditional beverage categories are oftentimes becoming less and less rigidly defined. There's a steady stream of new beverage categories that are being created, and many brands either don't fit into an existing category or are straddling several. So in this year's awards, we've de-emphasized specific beverage categories and instead are focusing in on what's important: innovation, evolution, and execution. We've kept some of our major business-oriented awards in place, but we've also created 2 new classes. First, Rising Stars, which are awarded to those companies whose performance over the past year has put them in a position to create long-term change within the industry. And Best New Products, an award that does what we've always done with our awards, which is recognize new, innovative, flavorful, fun products that are the heart of beverage entrepreneurship. It's a new era for the awards, but as always, it's about one thing: acknowledging and rewarding the year's best. So now let's play the award video.
So that was our friend Aaron Willette's tremendous animation. Congratulations to all the award winners. After this portion is over, we'd have the award winners come up. We want to take a picture. But before that, we've got the opportunity to speak to the founder of the brand of the year, Ben Weiss of Bai. So please welcome him up. All right, Ben, congratulations. You have your team? Coach Kurtz, good to see you. Congratulations. Great to see you. So, I guess the rounds are on you guys tonight.
You got to be easy on me now.
Listen, we just have time for a couple of quick questions. First of all, congratulations. This was one of the things that we talk about is just how well executed the growth of the brand has been, and its ability to really go through both supermarket, club, convenience, and really blanket the nation. As that was taking place, there was a lot of question about what's going to happen next. I mean, it wasn't, despite what you guys might have wanted, a really quiet fall. So how do you guys manage to keep focused knowing that deal discussions are going on and that there's so much innovation taking place within the brand at the same time?
Well, first off, it was a very robust process that lasted, I would say, 6 or 7 months. Very proud to have this guy sitting next to us, representing DPSG, our new partner in crime. So we really feel like we chose the right partner, and we learned a lot from this process. It was disruptive, but when you have this team with you, we are able to shield the masses from the process, and we have a great team in the field doing the day-to-day business as we were trying to figure out how to continue on with the Bevolution, because quite frankly, I've said it before, I don't feel like we sold the company. I feel like we gave it up to adoption for these guys, and we're going to work hard alongside them because there's a lot of work still to be done.
You've given it up for adoption, but you're not moving it to Texas, right?
I don't know. We like Trenton. Yeah. We have something special going on in Trenton, and I welcome you to come down there and see it. And I think, Lou, you could attest to that. It's a special place. It's very much an incubator with a strong culture, and I think they recognize that, and I think that's going to be our home. That's what we're being told, and that's what we're excited to be.
You talk about the incubation that takes place at the factory. Now, you guys have launched a pile of extensions pretty recently. Was part of it just to sort of show potential suitors, just what you can do? What else have you guys got in the clip?
I always said that the name is buy, not sell. Good companies are bought, they're not sold. Great companies are put up for adoption, and they run hard alongside their acquirer. We were not showing anybody anything. Innovation is in our DNA. It's been in our DNA since 2010. It will continue to be in our DNA. We didn't empty the clip in order to, show DPSG what we can do. They've been with us for 4 years. They know what we can do. We have a strong pipeline of innovation, still ready to hit the market.
What was the strategy behind putting out so much in such a short period of time? Then, I mean, you retooled anti-water, there were the teas, both kinds of sparkling over a very short period of time.
Jeff, I always said we stumbled upon the answer to the diet dilemma back in 2010. I didn't set out to figure that out, but once we did, we applied it to different categories of beverage. So we aspire to be a total beverage solution. Quite frankly, last year we did put a lot of product out there. If nothing else, I think it might have stressed the system as an allied brand. But I also think they've realized how powerful of a brand this is and this could be. And a lot of it has to do with our innovation.
Let's you brought it up, so let's talk about that. How does that, and we'll use this as a teaching moment. How do you stress the system, and how do you keep alignment in place when that's going on?
It's difficult. I don't know if we did a good job of it. You know, we put a lot of innovation out this year, including super teas, anti-water, bubbles just was in its second year. And, you know, it's not as easy as you would think to create a total beverage solution. Quite frankly, the innovation is the easy part.
It's getting the buy-in from the from your constituents.
Correct. You know, how do you get your distribution partner to accept it? How do you get the retailers to not cannibalize your own brand in putting it out there? So there's learnings there. So in that regard, we really learned what it's like to own and operate a portfolio brand, what I call a total beverage solution. And I think we're really poised, especially with this move with DPSG, to manage that growth and that innovation. You mentioned 2010. And at that time, you guys engaged in this really structured, necessary, but risky kind of pivot in the brand's adolescence. You went from Bai to Bai 5, back to Bai, and you know, really went on this sweetener packet, doubled down on that. How much research did you guys undertake guiding this? How much were you holding your breath? How much was it from your gut? Was that advice driven? Well, it wasn't research and it wasn't advice, so I guess you have my gut to blame. But the reality is the brand was always intended to be called Bai. Bai 5 was a name that we used to distinguish the low-calorie lineup to the mid-calorie lineup. And then when we made that decision shortly thereafter creating it to go to a low-calorie lineup exclusively, we needed some time to pass where we can grab that name back because we didn't want to confuse the customer. So I would say it was about 2.5 years ago that, maybe 2 years ago, that we went and took the Bai name back and applied it to the local. Was that always the idea, though, to sort of two-stage it and let it settle? So, you know, there's a point where the consumer doesn't quite know, they're not quite wedded to it, and it doesn't matter if you switch it back, but you know you need to get away from where you've been. Yeah. I mean, we had it was intended. We had one flavor that we had, what was called a crossover flavor, which was peach. We had it in a mid-calorie and a 5-calorie. And when I saw at retail that we were confusing people, they didn't understand why we would have two peaches, I realized that all the innovation and the growth and the success was on the low-calorie lineup. And we just took the leap of faith to convert it. And quite frankly, 2 of our best sellers were mid-calorie drinks. Yeah, that's a really delicate process, and you guys are to be commended for that. So what's left unsettled for you guys, for the brand and for the industry, and what's next for the team, aside from buying everyone drinks? Listen, we wear dog tags and slap bracelets that say, join the Bevolution. We are clearly of the opinion that we're bigger than a beverage. We are on a crusade, a flavor crusade now alongside our partners in DPSG. I can't tell you, not just because he's sitting here, but how much appreciation and admiration I have for that organization, for Larry Young. So happy to see that. Was he nominated or did he win? He won. He won. He deserved it. He's a great guy. And I'm proud to be running hard alongside those guys. This team's going to be running hard. We already wear our dog tags for next year. We know how many cases we have to sell, so there's a lot of work to be done. Well, terrific. Guys, thank you very much for coming. Congratulations.